couple specific things that that I do take some pride in. It's not the most exciting subject talked about, but the merger of the sewer districts. And we had battles for a long time with sewer districts, and it was hurting our community from the standpoint of business and industry wanting to locate it. And we also had some situations with individual homeowners where they had raw sewage, on their land. And again, it's another example of how we work together, because when this happened, I happened to be the mayor, but Don was on my council, Neil was on the sewer board, and Marshall actually had to put some special legislation in to allow us to do it. So without all four of us doing that, it would have never happened. And today, those sewer districts are merged. The rates of those customers are even less today than I don't even remember what year it was. I think it was the late 90s. They're less today than what they were in the 90s. So it was something that needed to be done, that we did get done. Was exciting. I'm also was excited about the new police station that we put up, the Wilkinson building. For those of you that don't remember, there's that gray building painted gray on the corner of 3rd and Main Street. It was very close. We were very close to losing that building, and so the council worked with me, and we ended up building the police station next to that, and then making that Wilkinson building a part of that, which qualified us for some grants and things of that nature. And so it became all one facility, and we was actually able to save that facility on 3rd Street. And then the last thing that is actually going on now is the building of the new Justice Center. And of course, a lot of people look at the building, what's going on now, but what they don't realize is that, again, that started with the Show the 2000 plan. But one of the things that we did when I was mayor is the city actually purchased that lot across from the post office, because we wanted to preserve that, because we were honestly worried about the fact that, because there was discussion that this facility may go down by where the jail is, and we didn't think that was in the best interest of our community, because if that's where the Justice Center was, that's where new lawyers' offices were going to be, or in terms of being close in proximity to that, and we thought it was important to keep those downtown. And so when we bought that, we didn't realize the building would actually go on that plot of land, but we would think that may be used for parking, maybe used for something along with that facility. So, and then the last thing I'll say, because I've talked about these gentlemen, is I was very fortunate with the council members that I got to serve with, both as a council member and as a mayor. You can't do it. A lot of times you're the one in the limelight, and you're the one that gets the credit. But I can honestly tell you, without people like Lucy Long and Tom Harsty when he was on the council, and Bobby Hudson, and Val Owens, and many others, it couldn't have been done. It was truly a team effort to make these things happen. And so I look at it from the standpoint, I just feel like I was honored to be able to be a part of this since 1986 through 2002. I'm now in Simpsonville and doing something I love doing. I honestly enjoy working for cities and working for our community, and hopefully doing some good things that that people can enjoy. In closing, I'll say this. My biggest thrill as I've gotten older is things that people take for granted now that I know we were a part of, and they don't know we were a part of it. In other words, it's not about getting credit. We were a part of it. And the example I'll give you for that, one, is I still hear today, man, that traffic light is just a terrible mess at the fairgrounds. And I remember when the traffic light there was a stop sign. And Lucy Long, and Tom Hardesty, and myself, Mr. Cuter, Bobby, we got out and we walked door to door, because the state wouldn't listen to it. I mean, Neil would try to meet with the state. Oh, it can't be done. That's just a terrible intersection. It can't be done. And we walked door to door to door, and we made up 3 little letters that we gave to people. We said, put this in your own handwriting. Don't send our little slip in. Put this in your own handwriting and send it to the state. I have no idea how many hundreds of letters they were getting from Shelbyville citizens And all of a sudden it made a difference. They wouldn't listen to us, but they would listen to the citizens. And all of a sudden, when they start getting all these letters, that didn't sit well with them, because they don't like to hear from citizens, because they got better things to do at the state at that time. And all of a sudden, it could be done, and it was done. And that traffic light's there today simply because there were a group of us that were willing to go the extra mile and do things that really were pretty unusual for council members at that time. And personally, as time goes by, I could care less whether anybody knows I was a part of it or not. I'm just thankful that it was done, and I'm also thankful that, that people can gripe about it now. To be real honest with you.
David, how many policemen do we have now?
It's in the 20s now.
22, I think.
Yeah, when I left, I think I had it up to 18, and Tom has brought it up somewhere in the 20, 23
I think so, somebody told me.
something like that.